Hey friend, what's up? It's me, Devin Marvell, back again with another video. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video, and go ahead, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button for me. And I hope by the time that we get to the end of this journey, you guys all like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. So today we are talking about Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 4, Episode 10. I know, I'm mad late, but I had to take a little bit of time for myself, do a little bit of self-care, get my mind right, you know what I'm saying? So I took a little break, but we're back at it again, all right? So you guys can expect a lot more videos coming up. I'm working on ideas and just content to bring to you guys. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me, all little 75 of my subscribers on here. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the show. So we see Moniece, and she's having family time with AD, Drew, aka Lil Fizz, and their baby Cam, and they're just all out like one big happy family, and it was like really cute. So AD brings up the fact that she has a photo shoot coming up, and she wants Drew and Cam and Moniece and just the whole family to kind of model for it. And then she brings up the fact that she wants her friend Tiffany to also be a part of it. Now we know that Moniece and Tiffany do not get along whatsoever at all, but AD is leaving it up to Moniece on whether Tiffany can be at the photo shoot or not. So Moniece says, you know what, I'll consider it, I'll think about it. And we see everybody at the photo shoot, everything's going off well, and then in walks Tiffany. Tiffany already from jump, she does not look like she is here for anybody's photo shoot. She looks like she's ready to get it poppin' at any given notice. So Moniece goes ahead and she's like, you know what, Tiffany, can I talk to you for a second? They go off to the side and they start talking. Moniece says, you know what, I apologize. AD was there too. She says, since you're her friend, out of respect for AD and y'all's situation, y'all friendship or whatever, I just want to bury the hatchet. So she apologizes. Now the apology did seem a little bit, it seemed a little shaky, but I guess, nevertheless, she did try to bury the hatchet. So where she messed up was Moniece tried to tell Tiffany, you know what, I think that you should apologize to me too. And Tiffany's like, apologize? For what? So Tiffany's like, no, I'm not apologizing to you. So then AD chimes in and she's like, well, you did say some stuff about Moniece too, and she's like, only because of the stuff that you told me. If AD was not out here in these streets, okay, being messy and, running and telling Tiffany, well, I guess it's not even being messy, but like, I've said this before and I will say it again. You don't need to tell your friends absolutely every single thing that's going on in your relationship because their loyalty lies with you. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to have the best perception of this person. They're not taking what you're saying and thinking, oh, there might be a little bit more to the story. No, they're loyal to you. So if you say that this person is out here acting like then that's what they're gonna believe. So Tiffany has heard all this crap from AD about Moniece, so now her whole perception of Moniece is all askew, and that's because of AD. It is what it is. Tiffany even said that just the other day that AD was telling her that she had one foot out the door and she didn't want to be with Moniece anymore, and she was tired of this and she was tired of that, and just, going in. Now AD, when Tiffany said that, clearly got caught up. It looked like she had egg all over her face because she was like, what are you talking about? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Tiffany was like, you said that you were ready to break up with her, and AD tried to stop her and was like, oh, we're doing this right now, Tiffany? This is what we're doing? Like, yeah, girl, this is what we're doing because you out here trying to play both sides and you're out here lying. If you don't want to be with the girl, just say that you don't want to be with her. You could tell AD was definitely caught up in that moment. So Moniece decides that she's gonna chime in at this point. She's like, well, AD told me that you're just the do bitch. So you do for her, you do money, you do rides, you do, whatever she needs. All she gotta do is hit you up and you'll do it for her. You're a do bitch. And AD's dumb self goes ahead and she agrees. She's like, yeah, I did say that. And Tiffany's like, oh, so you really gonna sit up here and agree with that shit with her? So at this point, Tiffany is just pissed. So she starts throwing bags of chips and, whatever at Moniece. And Moniece is just sitting there cool, calm, and collected because she knows that she's got under Tiffany's skin. Like, pretty much Moniece knows that she won at this point because she got a reaction like that out of Tiffany. So she's just sitting there enjoying it, like, really, really, girl, this is what you're doing? Then security comes in and snatches Tiffany up and whisks her off. So the next thing that we see with Moniece and AD, they're chilling, kicking it, and Moniece confronts AD about the fact that she told Tiffany that she didn't want to be in that relationship anymore and that she was done and all that. AD again denies that she ever said anything like that. She does say that she feels like they moved in too soon. She says that she felt like she was pressured to move in with Moniece and to try to, you know, start this whole family. And she says that she felt forced into it. AD also feels that Moniece needs to take accountability for her part in this whole Tiffany situation. And Moniece is like, well, me and Tiffany wouldn't have beef if it wasn't for you running and telling her all our business, which is pretty much the case. I mean, she has a point, but pretty much they can't agree, so that's the end of this conversation. So then we get to catch up with Keisha Cole, who is still working on her album. We see her out with her cousin Quita and Zell Swag, and Zell and Quita want to hook her up on a blind date. And Keisha's like really reluctant at first, but she's like, okay, you know what, whatever. I'll go on this blind date as long as y'all agree to be there, you know, on lookout or whatever. So they're all excited, and then Zell brings out a dick cake. Yes, you heard that right. I said that correctly. He brought out a dick cake. A cake that was made in the shape of a dick. And Keisha just starts stabbing at it and stuff. Like, Keisha is funny. Like, I wish that she just would have had her own show again instead of joining this cast. Do y'all remember back when she had her show? I think it was called The Way It Is after her debut album, and it was a pretty good show. It was on BT. That's when we were introduced to her mom Frankie and her sister Neffy and her adopted mom, and she just had a really good story to tell, and it was a really good show. So then we see Keisha getting ready to go out on her blind date, and she's not all the way dressed yet, so she's got something cute and a little comfy on in the house, you know, it's showing a little bit of skin. And Booby's coming over so that he can watch their son while she goes out on this blind date. And when Booby sees what she's got on, he's like, yo, that's what you going out in? You don't want to cover up a little bit? And she's like, bye, boy, you shouldn't even be worried about it at this point, okay? This has nothing to do with you. But Booby says, look, as long as you're happy, I'm happy, and that's all that matters. And he also said that he hopes that when he does bring somebody around, that he hopes that he gets the same respect. So then Keisha goes out on this blind date. She says that she can't even believe that she's there in the first place. She sits down with this guy. I guess he's like some kind of comedian or whatever. I've never heard of him. Apparently, he slid into her cousin Quita's DMs to get to Keisha, and that already made Keisha feel a little like, okay, you're kind of a creep, but she still was like, you know, whatever. He brought out flowers, and she still just wasn't feeling it. There was like no type of chemistry, no type of vibe, like, Keisha is just not here. You could tell that she's at a place in her life where she's just not here for the bull. Like, she is just not here for it. The date seemed like it didn't even last more than like 5-10 minutes at the most before she was like, you know what, I can tell this ain't gonna work out, so it was nice meeting you, I'm out. Alright, so we see Lyrica. She goes to meet up with Brooke Valentine, fill her in on all the latest in the whole Masika versus Alexis drama and how they had that confrontation where Alexis and Masika were finally face to face, and then Zell tried to trample over Lyrica to get to Mr. Ray, and it was just this whole thing. And while she's filling Brooke in on this, she brings up the fact that Hazel was there. Now, Brooke apparently just does not like Hazel. It's not that she doesn't like Hazel, she's just heard some things about Hazel, and everything that she's heard has kind of left like a little bad taste in her mouth, I think she said. So, you know, she's heard that she's messy and about drama. She said there's never really anything good associated with Hazel E's name. She also heard that she gets around. Now, can we talk about this for a moment? Can we just step back, all right? I just want to step back, and I just want to talk about this. Now, ever since I was like in middle school, the thing that girls love to go at each other about is body count and how you slept with this person and you slept with that person. And it's corny. It's corny, especially now as adults, to be, you know, counting somebody's coochie miles. Like, it's so ridiculous. It's so corny. Like, stop it. Stop calling other women. Stop calling each other hoes. Stop saying, oh, she out here doing this and doing that. Because it doesn't matter. Because unless you're going to hold men up to that same exact standard that you hold your fellow woman up to, then it doesn't matter because you're a hypocrite. Stop it. Ladies, if you want to go out here and you want to spread that coochie to any and every homie that is willing to take it, then do that. That is your prerogative. Now, I'm not saying that it's right, okay? I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong either. I'm saying that's your choice. Lyrica says, oh, I was wondering why Hazel was mean mugging you and Booby while y'all were at the party. And then she asks Brooke, so what's going on with you and Booby? She says it's pretty much like this. Booby is my soulmate and Marcus is my life partner, and I just don't know which way to go. I don't know who to choose. And I'm like, girl, you just need to go ahead and make a decision, because this storyline at this point is draining. I mean, do you want to be with him now or do you not want to be with him? It's pretty much that simple for you to keep going on. And you've already started entertaining another dude. So do you really, like really, in your heart of hearts, Brooke Valentine, girl, do you want to be with him? Like, do you want to be with Marcus? But Brooke does make Lyrica promise not to tell A1 because, you know, A1 will go run back and tell Marcus and all that good stuff. But speaking of Marcus, so Marcus goes to meet up with A1 and James, who is Bridget Kelly's boyfriend. And as we know, James is trying to find a better little music situation for his girl Bridget, because this whole pussy so good thing with Ray J is just, it's not the business, you know? He says that Bridget has a voice that's bigger, okay? It's bigger than pussy so good. So James tries to pitch Bridget to A1. A1's like, man, I would love to help her, but I can't even do it. I've already, you know, kind of in the doghouse as far as working with women. You know, with the whole Lyrica thing, he's like, I just can't do it. So Marcus says, you know what, I would be more than happy to go ahead and get in the studio with Bridget. Him and Bridget and Marcus already have like a history, just as far as being cool homies, friends, or whatever. So Bridget and Marcus hit the studio, they're making music, and Bridget comes out the booth, she sits down with Marcus, they're talking about the whole Brooke situation and, you know, where he's at with that. And Bridget says, you know what, really, I just, you know, my loyalty lies with you, but I don't want to be in the middle of it. So they both agree that, you know, they'll keep that there and they'll keep the music, you know, they'll be about their business. So we see Hazel E, she's out with Rose Burgundy and her mom. They're having dinner. She's introducing Rose to her mom. I guess things are getting a little serious. So Rose and the mom just really they're not clicking. Rose, you can tell he's very young-minded, and he, like, at one point got up and asks Hazel's mom for like a video for his Instagram or whatever, and I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, he was just doing the absolute most. So Hazel's mom asked Rose, you know, so what is it that you do for a living? And he's like, you know, I do a little bit of this, I do a little bit of that, and I do a little bit of everything. And I'm like, strike two, because if you're sitting here, you're meeting your significant other's parent and they ask you, what do you do for a living? You don't say a little bit of this and a little bit of that. No, you say what it is that you do. Why are you out here trying to perpetrate in front for this woman's mother? Like, and you're not doing a good job at it, because at this point, it sounds like you're a bum. And mama is not here for it, okay? She's not buying any of this. When Rose gets up to go to the bathroom, immediately, she's like, Hazel, baby, girl, what are you doing? Okay, this right here, it's not gonna work out. You know, she pretty much clocked that already, okay? And mama knows best, so it's best that Hazel just listens to her. Hazel's mom is like, well, whatever happened to that dude? What was his name? Was it Titty? No, it was Nipple. No, a mammogram? Booby. Booby. Whatever happened to Booby? And Hazel's like, you know, I don't really know. Maybe I'll hit up Booby. You know, we'll see. Maybe. So Hazel meets up with Chanel to congratulate her on putting Charlemagne in his place. Now, if you remember, there was this clip going around of Chanel West Coast on her show Ridiculousness with Rob Dyrdek. You know, she's one of the hosts on there. She sits on the couch, she laughs at funny clips. Her laugh is, you know, obnoxious. So, I don't know. That's just kind of her role there. I guess she commentates on these little videos. Charlemagne was a guest on that show, and he pretty much clocked her for being a terrible rapper. I don't remember exactly what he said about her music, but he clocked her, and she tried to clock back. But I mean, the truth hurts, baby girl. Like, her music just isn't good. There's not one song that I've heard by her where I'm like, okay, this is kind of a bop. This kind of bops a little bit. Even the Cash Me Outside girl has a song that I listened to and I was like, this kind of bops, like, a little bit. Mariah Lynn from Love and Hip Hop New York has songs that I bop to. Chanel West Coast? No, baby, I'm sorry. Charlemagne was just telling you what it is, like, and that's okay. It's okay, because not everybody is out here meant to be a rapper. But if this is really what you're about, you know, you say you've been doing music your whole life, you say that this is everything that you want, then prove it and put out something of quality. Girl, get a ghostwriter. Get you a ghostwriter, because it's very apparent that you are writing this yourself or you have a ghostwriter who is trash. But get you a ghostwriter, you know what I'm saying? And just invest in yourself just a little bit more and put yourself out there, because you keep saying, I've been doing music my whole life. I've been doing music my whole life. And literally every person that you tell that to is saying, well, girl, I never heard of you. But anyways, we'll touch a little bit more on that in a second. So Hazel tells Chanel about her situation with Rose and how her mom is just not feeling him. And she brings up how her mom actually kind of like Booby, and she wants her to try, you know, to see what's good with Booby. So Hazel invites Chanel to go to Booby's little listening party or whatever type of little event Booby has going on. So Chanel's like, yeah, I'd love to go. Then Hazel spots A1, Marcus, and James, I think, was over there too, Bridget Kelly's man. So she spots them and she's like, oh, look, that's A1 over there. You know, he's this hot producer or whatever. You know, maybe y'all could meet, maybe y'all could work together or something. So her and Chanel go over there to talk to them. They introduce themselves. They sit down, you know, get a little bit too comfortable. And A1, you can tell, is just not here for it. So Chanel says to A1, yeah, like, I really like your beats. I like what you're doing out here. You know, maybe we could link up. We could work together. You know, we could drop some beats. And A1's like, oh, you know, that'd be cool. But see, it's kind of funny now that you are reaching out to me, because I remember before I started getting popping, you were in the studio with a friend of mine. And, you know, I offered to produce for you then, and you kind of played me to the left because I wasn't really anybody. So yeah, he was like, that's gonna be a no for me, dog. And I was like, ooh, see, that's how you stunt. And he told her, he was like, no, I thought you were just like a television host. And she was like, well, you know, that's my day job, but music is my life. Like, I've been doing music since, you know, forever. And again, everybody's like, never heard of you. Then here goes Chanel trying to prove herself. Oh, well, I got signed to Young Money with Lil Wayne and da-da-da-da, and I did this and da-da-da-da, and it's like, still don't know who you are. Now this right here is the kicker. This is gold comedy, okay? You ready? So Chanel then decides she's gonna say, well, you know, Charlamagne came at me and he's came at some of the top rappers. So in my mind, okay, and this is only in her mind, in my mind, I'm up there with Kanye and Drake and all this. And everybody just kind of just starts cackling. And it's just like, girl, slow your roll. Like, you've done absolutely nothing to prove yourself. You have not had anybody co-sign your talent. Anybody that's worthy of anything, at least. Like, even Lil Wayne, you getting signed to him, I've never heard Lil Wayne big up you or, you know, shout you out or your music or anything. Like, what? Girl, you sound dumb right now. Chanel decides she's gonna go ahead and just put the nail in her coffin, because what the hell does she have to lose? So she, you know, decides that she's gonna bring up Brooke to Marcus and how he's messy for his whole little paralegal situation with Jade and all that. And Hazel decides she's gonna jump in and put her 2 cents in, and she ends up calling Brooke a bitch or something. And Marcus is like, well, hold on now. What we're not going to do is that. And I was like, yes, Marcus, you better represent. Come on now. So he was like, nah, we're not gonna do that. I don't care, you know, where we're at in our relationship or what went down. I'm not gonna sit here and let you talk about her like that. And Marcus asks Hazel, you know, so what do you have going on? And Hazel, old delusional ass, talking about, well, I have a book coming out, and, or she said she already had a book come out and it was like sold out at Barnes and Nobles or something like that. Did y'all read her book? Did y'all know Hazel had a book? Have y'all, where's this book at? You know, is it under Hazel E? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never, girl, ugh, she's just so draining. So after she talks about how her book sold out at the Salvation Army, she brings up the fact that she runs LA. And I'm sitting here like, okay, again, slow your roll, because that is Natalie Nunn, okay? Do y'all remember back, it was Bad Girls Club, I think it was season 4 that Natalie Nunn was on. And that girl, every episode was talking about, I run LA, I run LA, I run LA. And so when anybody else says that, to me, it's just like, no, you don't. because I'm gonna let her have it. Shout out to Natalie Nunn. She's doing great things these days. Like, if y'all have, I know y'all probably haven't like really kept up with her, but she's like a mother now, and you know, she's like on this whole fitness thing. Like, she's really doing the damn thing out here. So shout out to Natalie Nunn, okay? One of the queens of reality TV, for real, for real. Delusional Hazel and delusional Chanel get up, and they leave after pretty much being embarrassed. And Chanel tells A1 before she leaves, though, she's like, well, you know what, I'm sorry about all that. I curved you that time, but you know, I'll make sure the next time I won't ever curve you again. And he's like polishing his pearls. I bet you won't. Hazel is at Boobie's listening party. So is Brooke. She's there with Bridget. Hazel came with Chanel. So they're all there. Boobie gets off stage. I guess the first person that he, you know, saw, or the first person that came up to him was Hazel, because Brooke was all the way off over wherever with Bridget. So Hazel comes up to him and she's like trying to be flirtatious, and she's wiping sweat off of him and stuff, and just being super extra, doing the most. It's obvious that he's not attracted to her. Like, she's just really trying very hard. Brooke, upon seeing this, is like, oh no, baby, what is you doing? So she comes to kind of go, you know, mark her territory. And, you know, she's like, starts being all over Boobie and stuff. And she's like, you know, what's going on here? Hey, Boobie, hey. And I'm like, girl, you still don't even know if you want Boobie or Marcus. Like, get out of here with all that. Go home and figure your life out, okay? So you're trying to mark your territory with some other woman. So then Brooke and Hazel, somehow they just start going back and forth. They start going at it. And Bridget is like, wait, why are y'all sitting up here arguing about a dude that neither one of y'all are having sex with? You know, side eye to Brooke, like, you ain't having sex with him, but you up here fighting about him. Like, okay, girl. So Bridget is just as confused as I am, just as confused as Brooke is with this whole Marcus and Boobie thing. But Brooke ends up leaving with Boobie, and that's that. Well, that's all I have to say about this episode. It was a nice, cute little short episode. I mean, there wasn't really much going on in this episode, so yeah. Tell me what you guys thought about this episode in the comments. Let me know. Who do you think that Brooke should choose? Do you think she should be Team Marcus? Do you think she should be Team Boobie? Are you Team Marcus? Are you Team Boobie? I mean, let me know. At this point, I think that she doesn't deserve either one of them. But, you know, who am I? Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys for watching. Make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And, you know, just stay posted. Make sure that you follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Stairway to Devin. That is DEVEN. And also follow my Facebook page, Stairway to Devin, as well. And I love you for watching. Thanks for being a friend. Bye.